welcome to the platform right here on Flow 94.9 FM. This is the flow of God's own state. Well, this morning on the platform, this is the pinnacle of all discussions. In case you're joining for the first time, and this program comes up on radio every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on Flow 94.9 FM. My name is Michael Oni. Now, this morning, we're taking a look at a request made by the President to the National Assembly. For those who do not know, the President is seeking approval for foreign loan. The same foreign loan rejected by the Senate under Bukola Saraki-led 8th Assembly. President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday forwarded a request to the Senate to reconsider and approve the federal government's 2016 to 2018 external borrowing plan. The loan, he said, is to finance key infrastructural development across the country between 2016 and 2018. And his message was conveyed in a letter which was read out by the Senate President Ahmed Lawan at the start of the plenary. Now, I will allow you to listen to the Senate President Ahmed Lawan reading the letter on the floor of the upper chambers. Before that, I need to let you know that the President had sent the same request to the 8th Senate in 2016. He had requested for about $30 billion. The lawmakers, however, rejected that request as the majority voted against the request. It was when it was brought for consideration. And in this latest letter, Mr. Buhari did not state the amount to be borrowed, but he explained that the external borrowing plan targets projects across all sectors with special emphasis on infrastructure, on agriculture, on health, on education, on water supply, on growth and employment generation. And according to the letter, the request is in pursuant to Section 21 and 27 of the Debt Management Office Establishment Act.
Letter from Mr. President. Dear distinguished Senate President, request for the National Assembly to reconsider and approve the federal government's 2016 to 2018 external borrowing plan. Pursuant to sections 21 and 27 of the Debt Management Office Establishment etc. B Act, I hereby request for resolutions of the Senate to approve the federal government's 2016 to 2018 external borrowing plan, as well as relevant projects under this plan. Specifically, the Senate is invited to note that A, while I had transmitted the 2016 to 2018 external borrowing plan to the 8th National Assembly in September 2016, this plan was not approved in its entirety by the legislature. Only the federal government's emergency projects for the Northeast, 4 states projects, and 1 China Exim Bank assisted railway modernization project for Lagos-Ibadan segment were approved out of a total of 39 projects. And B, the outstanding projects in the plan that were not approved by the legislature are nevertheless critical to the delivery of the government policies and programs relating to power, mining, roads, agriculture, health, water, and educational sectors. These outstanding projects are well advanced in terms of their preparation, consistent with the 2016 debt sustainability analysis undertaken by the Debt Management Office, and were approved by the Federal Executive Council in August 2016 under the 2016 to 2018 external borrowing plan. Accordingly, I have attached for your kind consideration relevant information from the Honorable Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, the specific outstanding projects under the 2016 to 2018 external borrowing plan for which legislative approval is currently sought. I have also directed the Minister to make herself available to provide any additional information or clarification which you may require to facilitate prompt approval of the outstanding projects under this plan. While hoping that this request will receive the usual expeditious consideration by the Senate, please accept, the distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration. Yours sincerely, Muhammadu Buhari.
Exactly how it was read on the floor of the upper chamber yesterday. You just heard the Senate president. Well, the president in that letter added that he had directed the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, to make herself available to provide any additional information or clarification which the Senate will require to facilitate prompt approval of the outstanding project under this plan. Now, before we open the lines for reactions, let's take a look at the current debt profile of Nigeria, which has continued to be a cause of concern. According to the Debt Management Office, the total external debt stands at $27.16 billion, while the domestic debt domestic debt climbs to $56.72 billion. Nigeria's debt profile is, as of the first quarter of 2019, is $83.88 billion. Well, let me break it down for you. Nigeria's debt stock increased by 3.11% from $81.27 billion recorded in the first quarter of 2019 to $83.88 billion, 25.70 trillion naira at the end of June 2019. Analysis of the debt figures showed that this is 12.72% increase year on year from the $73.21 billion at the end of June 2018. Those are the latest debt statistics from the Debt Management Office. The public debt stock includes both the external and domestic debt of the federal, of the state, and the Federal Capital Territory. Well, a lot of figures here. It won't make sense until we'll break it down for you. So, Nigeria, let me break it down for you now. Nigeria is owing 25.70 trillion naira, and the president is requesting to borrow more externally for projects across all sectors, with special emphasis on infrastructure, on agriculture, on health, on education, on water supply, on growth and employment generation. You know, last year, the Deputy General Secretary of the United Nations, Amina Mohammed, described the state of Nigeria's debt profile as worrying. That's the official stand of the United Nations. And October this year, Zainab Ahmed that says the Buhari-led government aims to improve revenue performance over the next 4 years. That's the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, and also believes that Nigeria's debt profile is not too much of a worry as widely believed.
So, since I became Minister of Finance, my preoccupation has been on how to increase revenue. 2018 closed revenue at an average of 55%, and that's really very, very tough, because when you're underperforming at that level, it means you're stressed in terms of trying to manage the budget. We don't have a debt crisis. Our debt is very much at a sustainable level compared to all our peers. What we have is a revenue problem, and we have realized that that is a problem that we all have to collectively address. We also are working on reducing our costs so that when we spend on capital, the spending is more efficient and we save to apply the money to other sectors. What we have is a revenue problem, and that's what what we need to address.
Well, what we have is a revenue problem and not a debt crisis. That's according to the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed. You heard her speak about the debt profile of Nigeria. Maybe that's the reason why the president has been advised to borrow more. Well, we surely do not need rocket science to understand that the country's economic growth is undermined by a huge debt stock. Who will pay for these huge debts? These are the questions we will be asking this morning. But let's hear from the former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Obadiah Melaifa, who is questioning the application of the previous borrowing.
What has this money really been used for? And I find it staggering and very alarming. We were involved in the debt negotiations with the Paris Club in 2005 that led to our exit from the Paris Club. At that time, our total national debt was no more than $36 billion. And even then, we were crying wolf. We said this thing was just impossible. We needed a debt relief. And we negotiated, we paid it off. It was very painful, but we succeeded in doing that and exited ourselves from what really was debt peonage. And within a space of 5 years, to have accumulated such staggering debt is a matter of great concern. For me, the principle is not whether or not government can borrow. The issue is, what are you borrowing it for? And it is not enough to make a blanket statement like for infrastructures. No. I would want to see borrowing for specific project-based, project-linked funds. That the preparation of project has been done to an advanced level. We know what is going to come out of that project. We know the railway that is going to be built. We know the power station that is going to be built. And we have done the proper funding analysis so that the approval will be for specific projects. Don't forget, the first loan we took in 2015 was a 1.3 billion IDA loan for the Northeast. I've been to the Northeast a couple of times. There is nothing there to show for it. Therefore, I find the whole proposition very unsettling.
Well, there you have former Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria questioning the application of the previous borrowing. Well, the Director General of the National Budget Office, Ben Akabueze, also have something to say this morning on this particular borrowing, the requests made by the executive arm of the government to the upper chamber, to the National Assembly.
Well, I mean, essentially, as you know, there's a medium-term borrowing plan, and then there is the annual borrowing plan to fund the budget. For the 2020 budget, the deficit that needs to be financed by borrowing is 1.6 trillion naira. And that's the immediate request that I believe, would like to, President would like the National Assembly to, to address. That 1.6 trillion naira is split between foreign currency and domestic, borrowing components almost evenly. Well, essentially, the Fiscal Responsibility Act says that, we should borrow, essentially for, capital expenditure, unless, there are exceptions in circumstances where you can do otherwise. And yes, when you look at the budget, the capital budget, excluding the amount in statutory transfers, is 2.1 trillion. And if we're planning to borrow 1.6 trillion naira, it stands to reason that all of that is, targeted at the capital component of the budget. This is the aggregate ceiling for borrowing.
Well, a rather scary economic situation, you will agree, which throws up some salient questions, all begging for answers. And have we as a country not been making money from crude oil sales over the past few years? What about the huge revenues from other resources such as the multiple company taxes, including the VAT, that's the VAT, inflows from the ports and the customs? These are some of our questions begging for answers this morning. We'll be going straight to hear the opinion of our Flow FM's in-house financial and business analyst this morning on the program, Sam Ekwuribe. We're trying to get across to him this morning on the program. Okay, he's live now. Hello, Mr. Sam. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on the program.
Thank you.
All right. What do you make of the latest request for external borrowing by Mr. President? I know you must have heard about it.
Yes, there is nothing wrong with the external borrowings. It is a normal cost in governance, and which I do not have any problem with. But my issue is, what are the funds being used to do? Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, in the follow-up to the 2019 election, precisely in October 2018, the presidential candidate of the PDP, that Obi, raised an issue and said that this current administration has racked up $80 billion of expenditure of a loan for Nigerians. And he gave an opinion that these monies are not being used for serious developmental issues, which become worrisome. So this the recent issue about the president saying I want to borrow more, I don't have a problem with borrowing. But my question is, what are these funds being used for?
Okay, Mr. Sam, now, if you can hear me loud and clear, you're saying you don't have any problem with Mr. President borrowing more. Many financial analysts are worried at Nigeria's staggering debt stock. I know you have the amount of debt stock, the debt profile, you have it in your hands now. Are you not worried that Nigeria is borrowing more with the huge debt stock we have on ground now?
Okay, make no mistake about it. As an economist, I understand borrowing. It is used to help countries and to lift nations out of poverty and pursue development plans. But in terms of whether the way we are borrowing is justified, that will be my personal opinion.
Okay.
And you can take it as it is. 3 months before this current administration over in 2015, Nigeria had a debt stock of 12 trillion naira. And then as at the last check on from the Debt Management Office, which is the agency of government that tracks the expenditure of government, Nigeria is at 25 trillion naira debt.
25.7 trillion naira.
Oh, 25.7 trillion
Yes.
naira in debt. And then it is justifiable if it is being used for developmental purposes. There are two things that this debt can be used for. It can be used for capital development. It can also be used for recurrent expenditure. By recurrent expenditure, I mean borrowing to use to pay salaries or to pursue empowerment programs, which is killing. Because yes, you borrow today for stomach infrastructure, and then the future generations will suffer for it. Looking around in Abia here, me and you, I don't know the level of infrastructural development you will say you have seen 2016, 2015, and now that Buhari around country. I think it's a worrisome development, not support it, because
Okay.
I cannot see what they are doing with this fund. I think they should look more. Anambra launched a committee that will work for 9 months to develop a 70-year development plan for the state government. And I know another country, I think it is Dubai, that has developed a 100-year development plan. So can we even say that as a state government in Abia or even as Nigeria, we have a development plan, what we are pursuing? And this is okay. This is what the president is following. After 4 years, another person will continue.
Okay.
We are hearing maybe the National Social Investment Program, market money. They will come and share 10,000 naira, and it becomes money that they have borrowed.
Okay.
If that is what these funds are going to be used for, I have a problem with them.
What is the diplomatic implication of foreign debt on a nation like Nigeria?
Well, the diplomatic implications is last year the IMF advised Nigeria to be careful about borrowing from China.
Okay.
And you will agree with me that in recent times China has been cutting us. They have been trying to lend to us. If you notice, our airports reconstructions and all that, it's China that is doing it. Now they are warning us in terms of what is the cost of this borrowing. Something you can do with 1 billion naira, and you now go and borrow 5 billion to do it. Even if there's a benefit to the infrastructure, the cost far outweighs that. Again, you look at there's a club they call Paris Club. I don't know. So it is a club of lenders, and they lend to maybe mostly the global south, people in the developing world. But there's no club for borrowers. So whether it's IMF or World Bank, in whose interest are they working for? Now look at it. While we are the economic implications is that Nigeria is trying to prove to them that we will do well, we can pay you more. They have increased our VAT to start from next year. And so, which means almost everything we are going to be paying VAT. So prices of goods and services will increase by next year, and that will affect the common man on the street. And also, if we refuse to follow the advice of IMF and World Bank, it is a problem. Because, for example, as before the current administration took over, dollar was 305 to the naira, but today it is 360 naira. And so when we go to borrow now, they will ask us, okay, devalue your currency, make it 400 naira. 400 naira to the dollar. We do not have a bargaining chip. So it is important that we are not neck deep. But then also, there's also a level of borrowing that is acceptable.
Well,
our former president under hello.
Sam Ekweribe. Well, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, will not agree with you because she is saying that Nigeria's debt profile is not too much of a worry as widely believed.
Well, the Minister of Finance saying it is not too much. Well, she cannot be the person managing the economy and be interpreting and telling us. If things are good, see, you know, in that program called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, there's a lifeline you call, you leave the people to tell you what they think about it. So it's us that is enjoying the economy that will tell you if it is working or not.
Well, she said she said the problem we have is a revenue generating problem and not a debt crisis like widely believed by many analysts. Revenue generating problem.
Revenue generation problem is a problem. Then it's a problem because it's going to affect the common man on the street. So if they say we are not generating enough revenue in the country, what the solution is to increase taxes, is it not?
It is.
So, how many products do we produce in this country? 80% of the things that we consume in this country are imported, from the books to pencil to even one of our ministers famously said a few years ago that Nigeria will start producing pencil by 2020. You can imagine that. So, if we are importing everything, invariably we are going to be paying higher taxes as VAT has been increased. So we're going to be paying higher taxes. And so what she's seeing as solution to Nigeria's problem is putting more problem on the Nigerians, on the citizens.
With this economic situation now and so many questions begging for answers, do you see the National Assembly approving this request?
Mike, I do not see the National Assembly refusing this request because in this present administration, it's almost as if anything that goes to that National Assembly gets the nod. Imagine 10 billion was approved for a state government in a few days despite. So I would say they worked hard for it. So the yes will always have it in this new day. So I don't see any dissenting opinion.
Well, Sam Ekweribe, we want to really appreciate you for doing the analysis with us this morning on the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much.
All right. There you have Sam Ekweribe, the in-house financial business analyst there, analyzing this latest request by Mr. President. Well, it is now for you to make your contributions. Very rather scary economic situation. There's throwing up some salient questions, all begging for answers. As a country, have we not been making money from crude oil sales over the past few years? Huge revenues from other sources, multiple company taxes, VATs, inflows from the ports and the customs. These are many questions begging for answers. Why do we need to borrow more? Well, for you to be part of the conversation this morning, it's 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome. What's your name?
My name is Admire K. Adam Shinobi.
Okay, where are you calling me from?
Calling from Omaha.
You're welcome.
Obviously.
Welcome to the conversation.
Thank you. I want to commend your last speaker, Sam.
Okay.
He made various vital inputs Now, my brother, I want to ask you a question. So much money has been recovered in this country under this current administration. Where is the money? How much has been recovered? Yet, the current administration wants to go on borrowing to the detriment of Nigerian public. What is that? I'm saying we are spending 20% of the annual budget for debt servicing. Man, this is very bad. The current administration of Buhari appears to be...
Hello. Oh, I lost that. Okay. Let's allow more contributions on the program. Don't forget it's 0808 182 6949 0811 605 2949. Also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome.
This is Noble calling from Umaya.
You're welcome, Noble.
The issue of this borrowing, we have seen the analysis and the question you have. One of the questions that strike me most is this diplomatic implication that we have in our citizen. And that man there is able to tell us that it will affect the common citizen. This country, I think when people came up to rule us, they don't allow us to have the reason.
Hello. Hello. Whoa. All right, try and call back. Seems the network is not allowing your conversation to flow well there. Well, the president is saying that, this external borrowing plan is targeting projects across all sectors, special emphasis on infrastructure, agriculture, health, and other sectors. Hello, good morning to you. I lost that. 0808 182 6949 0811 605 2949. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the conversation. Oh, okay. Let's quickly take a look at this issue again. Okay, it seems someone is calling. Hello, good morning. All right, we have issues with the network this morning. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. You can also try 0811 605 2949. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Hello. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. All right, we have to move on now. Where have all these gone in the face of dilapidated infrastructure, the previous borrowing? These are some of the questions which you'll be asking this morning. Annual budget deficits, fragile healthcare system, and a drastic dip in the standard of education across the country. But the president is saying, we need to borrow more. Emphasis on infrastructure, agriculture, health, education, water supply, growth, and employment generation. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the conversation.
God bless you. This is one with God from Abba.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. What I want to say there is that any family depends on borrowing will automatically fall because they believe and they base on borrowing. So talk less of a country. If a country is all
Hello.
to downfall,
Okay.
it will lead them to the downfall. Conflict. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much. She's saying it will lead to downfall. Well, one cannot but remember the question Professor Ayodele Awojobi of blessed memory asked Haji Shehu Shagari administration, where has our oil money gone? Your guess is as good as mine. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yes. Yes, this is Tony, where I'm calling from Imo State.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. You see, this issue of Nigerian state is something that is giving us worry. Honestly, every good citizen of this country is supposed to be worried on the state of affairs of this country at the moment. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. I can hear you loud and clear.
So, like the salary adjustment that was just passed through, that's going around now. I thought that what Labour would have done to that salary adjustment is to make sure, bring down this tension in people trying to work in federal parastatals. If you are working under a local government, or under a state, or under a federal, provided you are doing the same job like education officer, who are doing almost the same similar job. Somebody teaching at the Federal College of Federal Gas College, or Federal secondary schools, or federal schools, government GPC, things like that, places like that. And even people who are teaching under state are doing the same work because they are making use of the same curriculum. But whenever you now say federal workers, different salary scales from state workers and local government workers, it brings a lot of discrepancies. And all these people heading to the same market, even with the political class. So a lot of discrepancies are in salary. Why everybody is heading to the same market? That's why you see somebody working under a local government wants to go to the federal at all costs. Why the same federal allocation that is being shared at Abuja are being generated from the local areas? So you see a lot of problems you're having in this country that nobody wants to address the truth of what we are all facing in this country. We are just pampering the truth. And until the truth is told, nothing will work in this country. Thanks. This is my state.
All right. Thank you for your take this morning on the program. Well, let's quickly take a look at the debt profile again so that you can have an idea of where we are coming from and where we're headed to. You have an idea of how you can contribute this money. It's still 0808 182 6949 0811 605 2949. Good morning to you. Can you please move away from your radio set? Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Chief.
I can just understand all these things people are just talking. First and foremost, the whole money that we generate from our oil, where is that? What do they do with that money? And the money that is generated from our looters, what do we do with that one? And now we are talking of borrowing. Borrowing to do what? Is it not money that they will borrow and share within themselves there? I can't just understand this government. This government is tired. And Buhari should resign in short. I don't know. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. Further analysis of the recent data from the Debt Management Office says that the federal government external borrowing climbed to 32.38%, and that's to $27.16 billion, while state, including Federal Capital Territory, grew by 5.10%. Hello, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, I called back. I called back.
Okay, you're welcome.
This issue of borrowing. There is a question I want to ask as regards to the modular refineries that was promised us by the president during the campaign area.
Oh, we lost that. Okay, try and call back. It's still 0808 182 6949. 0811 605 2949. Also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Michael.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Charles from Omaya.
You're welcome, Charles.
Yes. Like one of the callers said, interview. Every country, or most countries borrow. But the question is, what is the money used for? Nigerians, I know, are raising around 2%. Money is borrowed in the past. Even we are used. The state Nigeria is now 15 years of independence. Who is the sustaining? Not like the $16 billion appropriation cannot infrastructure. And many other things like that. Nigerians should be worried. That's what I think is that you can put borrow and use it, no country, even if it's not something to the focus to get to the state they are now. Because the money was used to be shopping.
Can you change your location so that we can have a better reception, please? All right.
Hello.
So the network is not cooperating this morning. Okay, you can drop messages on 0906 510 8289. Hello, good morning to you.
Oh, good morning, Mike.
Good morning, you're welcome.
Samuel from Assam.
You're welcome.
The issue of our president borrowing everything. This man promised us a 1 naira to a dollar. He said promised us 7 and 8. But now, the government one that borrow everything. And we are traveling more than every other government. Nigeria should better sit up. Not like us, anything good coming out of the That's my point.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, Charles. Network is very bad.
Very bad. Welcome back.
Yes. So I was saying that even the government, I said governments are borrowing. I know that the recent past, our governor has been borrowing. So what we're saying is that this money should be used for specific projects that affect the common man. If after borrowing, the federal government issues our electricity, so that I have electricity in my village, rain can come to Umuahia, so that people can board train. It is not a bad borrowing. But one thing I'm sure is that it depends on the type of leadership that is in power at a particular point in time. With the present man in power, fighting corruption, for the very first time I'm hearing about a second feeder bridge being built, roads being built in the southeast, any big economic city, Southeast Development Commission, and things like that. I think he is ready to work. We should cooperate with him and monitor. And then the Senate and the legislature, they should look at whatever thing that is being submitted critically and make inputs and corrections. I think the present administration is ready to do something for Nigerians. People talk about the money recovered from Abacha loot, money, that talk as if Nigeria is a village. Nigeria is a very big country. We should, we need money.
All right,
we need money.
Quickly wrap up your thoughts, please.
I support the borrowing.
Okay.
Because Buhari will use it.
All right.
Because he's fighting corruption, unlike former administration.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he will use the money.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the conversation.
Yeah, good morning, Michael.
You're welcome.
I'm calling you from Benda.
You're welcome, Alvan.
Yeah, I don't support that borrowing. The last Senate rejected it. Now, talking about borrowing, I remember some time ago we kind of relief of our debt. Then we are going back to mortgages again. Talking about this administration, this is almost the 50. The first tenor is gone, the second tenor is just started. What have we seen different? And when some people talk about saying, what have we seen different? Both in the area of energy, power, and almost all the sectors. What have we seen different? You tell us that this are really doing something. We've had stories of money recovered, even the husband money that nobody up to now have shown that have claimed the money. This money, it's so much money. They does not tell us people run away leaving their money both at airport and the rest of them who are about to lose so much money there. Where are this money? We will continue to battle up to now. We don't have this electricity supply.
Quickly wrap up your thought, please.
All the federal roads in this area are under serious dilapidated condition. The Union Economic City project is the project of the state government in partnership with investors. So I don't know, we heard about billions of naira in budget. So what impact have this been made? The economy is in shambles, nothing is working.
All right, Alban, I will have to let you go because of the time.
And the rest of them. So telling us the money they increase, when they increase the pump price, the money, the excess money, where is the money?
Okay. Thank you very much, Alban. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Michael.
Good morning, welcome.
Yes, as usual, my name is Ebere Wangwa, I am calling from Umunochi.
You're welcome.
The thing is, in Igbo language, there's something we say, Abambo to Nogwe, Ababo to Nogwe, or Ogwe Kapiraku. Now, what it means in English language is that you throw the first one, it hits at a point. You throw the second one, it hits at a point. Is it only that point that you know to hit? We have heard this borrowing, and there is nothing to show for it. It is doomed for this country. That means with the lessons of recession that we are coming out from, we didn't learn any lessons from it. It will be doomed for this country if we keep borrowing to spare. We are borrowing money every day. We are borrowing. We are not investing them in capital projects. We are not investing them in infrastructure development that will in turn improve economic activities in the country. That will in turn affect lives and all of that and inject money into the hand of people. No, we are borrowing to pay salaries. We are borrowing to implement budgets. It is shameful. And when they say there are economic experts under this presidency and they are doing nothing and they are just watching these things happen, I begin to marvel what kind of country are we in. So in totality, I am against this borrowing.
Okay.
And I want the Senate, the Senate to rise to the occasion. I want the Senate to rise this time and say no to this nonsense. Because the last the Senate, they were against it in totality and they refused the president from borrowing. And this puppeteering National Assembly may at the end of the day go and sanction this and then
thank you very much. Let's
so we are
on.
telling them to rise to the occasion and say no to the president this time.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm Godwin Kano from Umiboro.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I think we are owing 26 trillion.
25.7, that's the debt stock.
26 trillion. Who's going to pay all those money? Plus this one they want to borrow. How are we going to pay it? How are we going to pay it? Let them stop putting all those money. They are not using it for anything.
Well, just a moment. The president, according to the letter, is requesting to borrow more for projects, special emphasis on projects, infrastructure, agriculture, health, education, water supply, growth, and employment generation.
Mike, my brother, I'm telling you, they are not using this money for anything. They are going to share the money. You know they are usual. So, thank you very much. Let them not go to borrow. Let Senate not sign it. Let them not borrow. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Well, a lot of questions begging for answers this morning on the program. Well, the lines are still very much open. 0808-182-6949, 0811-605-2949. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome.
You're speaking with Jeremiah Momaya.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I'm totally not in support of this story.
Okay.
So let's look at it from the futuristic aspect. Now, this present administration will only borrow and leave the debt for the upcoming generation, for the front generation, the unborn children today. Now, the country should be thinking of how to develop its economy, not borrowing to construct roads, How much do we generate from roads? Now, by using the road, passing through the road with your vehicles and the rest of it, how much do you pay? How much do you generate to the government? If they should be talking about when they should be borrowing to build industries where people can get employed after graduating from school, then generate money to the government. Now, this country has a lot of money. PDP spent 15 years in power. They didn't even borrow up to half of what this present regime has borrowed within this year. So I don't think borrowing again will help the future of this nation. Neither is it going to help the economy of this nation. This nation has a lot of resources in which, if they are well managed, a lot of countries globally will depend on us.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you for your contribution. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. You're live on radio. Good morning to you. Okay, we have to move on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome. Good morning to you.
Yeah, welcome. I'm Joseph calling from Omaha.
You're welcome.
Yeah, please, I want to make my own contribution. That I'm first caller.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes. So, well, what I want to make us understand is that all this borrowing, who is going to foot the bill after 4 years? So this only 4 years plan. And I know that we in Nigeria here, we have experts. And they have been giving their expert opinion. No one listens to them. The executive or the party in command, they do whatever they want to do. We now focus on only borrowing. The governors are doing their own jobs. They are borrowing money also. They are making investments. So I've heard about agriculture, water, infrastructure, growth, and other things, Some governors are now embarking on health, like Inimo, Adia, embarking on health. Water project. I have not seen any project from any water project from any central government or state government. Everybody is embarking on the hole, digging holes in their homes for water. So I do not know whether it's going to start from the scratch to make to connect water to the common people. We engage on so much borrowing, which does not, which is just a waste to the government. We have a lot of money that is generated from the petrol, railway station, airport, seaport, other looted funds. So what is the government doing with that? So many loopholes and everything we are listening about this borrowing. They are always citing America, this one, that one. America does not embark on whatever the government is doing here. Why don't we copy whatever America is doing there? America cannot go to borrow, but they're always citing America, this one.
All right.
So
quickly.
I reject this borrowing in total. If we borrow, we are going to, this country will collapse.
Okay, thank you very much. Majority today on the call saying, well, we should not borrow, asking questions like, who will pay these huge debts? Asking questions like, what about the huge revenues from other sources? Questions like the money from the crude oil sales, questions like money recovered from looters. Well, these are several questions begging for answers. So as we await the National Assembly to take a look at that request, we will also keep a tab on this issue, especially the letters sent to the National Assembly requesting that, the executive arm of the government needs money, external borrowing, to finance some of these developmental projects. Many thanks to the producer of the program, Samson Eze. My name is Michael Oni. Join us later. That will be on Monday when this program returns on radio as the platform right here on Flow 94.9 FM. Thank you very much for listening.